So I'm doing study sheet entries with you guys, right? So I'm using the back of my study sheet, and I'm going to have a section called weighted mean. Okay? Weighted mean. If percentages present, check if row or column adds up to 100%. Sorry, I know it's small, but okay. If percentage is present, check if row/column adds up to 100. If 100%, divide by 100. And what are we always thinking of when it's a weighted mean situation? What is the acronym? MAD. Okay. Multiply, add, divide. You should make a shirt with that. MAD. I don't know. Okay, so this is what you're thinking of. Multiply, add, divide. Okay? So, let's make a little table here. I'll say category, score, weight. Let's just make it short and sweet, okay? So let's talk assignments, quiz, and test. Assignment, quiz, and test. By the way, if it is your final mark that you're figuring out, what will the weights always add up to? Unless your teacher made a mistake, it should be 100, right? So let's say we do assignments are worth 10%, quizzes are worth 30%, and let's say the test is all the tests combined are worth 60. And you scored, like if you combine all of your assignments, let's say you scored 70% on it. On the quizzes, let's say you got 80% on it. And on the test, let's say you got 40% on all tests combined. It wasn't a good year, right? It was a bad year. So you should have a table and then check, right? This one is worth 100%. Right? So we're going to go multiply, 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 multiply across. That's 700. 3 times 8 is 24, so it's 2400. 4 times 6 is 24. That's 2400 as well. That's 4800. 4800 and 700 is 5500. Somebody might want to double check that, but I think I'm pretty confident it's 5500. 5500 divided by 100. Round 2 decimals, okay? This case was exactly, that I just made it up, and it's exactly 55% that you get on this case. And you might think, how is that possible? I got 70s in my assignment, I got 80s in my quizzes. How am I at a 55? And it has to do with the weight, right? The highest weight category you did the worst in. And so that's why that actually does make sense. Okay. So this is percentage. Okay, so if you want to have like a label, this involves percentage. But then there's repetition. Let's see what I can make up here. Students and sleep. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to tell us sleep more, right? Can I tell you, like, I don't think I ever really had 8 hours of sleep when I was your age. So I'm going to try to convince you, but 6 hours probably. That's what I had. I don't think I need that much sleep. I can function on less, but my wife, totally different, right? She needs her sleep. So she always blames me staying up late. Students and sleep. So let's say you do a survey, and in this class, we've got 7 students that said they get 5 hours. 8 students that said 6 hours. 10 students, let's be optimistic here. 10 students at 7.5 hours. We're going to call that a day there. That's going to be our table. And so right away you will think, though, I should do my weighted mean. Oftentimes the province is just going to flat out say, calculate the weighted mean. So we're going to multiply this way. And you get 35, 48, 75. You add this up. This would be 78 plus 5, 83, 88, 158. Can you double check that, someone? Where's my calculator? $35, 48, 75. Yes. I still got it. I still got it. Okay. How's this different? You're going to go 158, and watch this. This is the important part about this one. You need to figure out what you're going to divide by. Okay? So the question will say, calculate average sleep in hours. Okay? So you have to read the question. I'm going to highlight that. What is it that I'm wanting to have my last answer? My final answer is supposed to have hours in there. Let's try to be creative here. I'm going to say, to figure out this number, you're going to have to add one of the columns in this case. So you're going to go students and hours. That's what you were multiplying all along. You want this to stay, right? So you're going to divide by students, because you want to get rid of students. Sounds wrong, right? In this case, you want to cancel students out. So you're going to add this 7 and 8, that's 15, and 10, that's 25. 25 students were part of this survey. Okay, so this tells you, get your students, and then from there you're going to go, oh my goodness, this is messy. Probably not the best, so maybe I'm showing you what not to do, right? Divided by 25, so it's 6.32 hours is the average sleep. So the one you want to get rid of is the one you add up and put in the denominator to cancel out. Okay, so this is weighted mean involving repetition. I can put money down that you're going to have a weighted mean at the end somewhere. Okay, so just be prepared for that. Is this all I wanted in here? I talked about trimmed mean, right? On the study sheet. Let me just check. Yes, you have a trimmed mean. I have a trimmed mean section right there. Mean is the most affected by trimming because you're getting rid of outliers. Remember I did a puzzle? I did a puzzle section where I always tell you start with the median, then figure out your mode. Mode could be up here or it could be below here, depending on what the mode is. And then you fill in the rest by using your mean, okay? Yeah, that's it for now, for the study sheet.